Come on in. You're so damn electric, you know you got that juice. You know you got that juice. You know you got that juice. Now squeeze all that passion fruit. Ain't no one fresher than you. Ain't no one fresher than you. And if they try to break you, you say down dog, down dog, down dog, you're number one. Down dog, down dog, down dog. Stop. Now shout. I got the juice. I'm the chaser, don't need a mixer. I got the juice. Baby, I'm the plug in the filter. I got the juice. How many damn times got to tell ya? I got the juice. Baby, I got the juice. Down dog. Don't think about it. Down dog. Don't think about it. Down dog. You're number one, and don't you die. Now go on, girl, and use that sauce. If you don't, then that's your loss. If you don't, then that's your loss. Turn it up, don't turn it off. Got everybody looking in your cup. You know they wanna drink it up. You know they wanna drink it up. And if they try to take it, you say down dog. Don't think about it. Down dog. Don't think about it. Down dog. You're number one. And don't you die. Down dog. Don't think about it. Down dog. Don't think about it. Down dog. Don't think about it. Stop. Now shout. I got the juice. I'm the chaser, don't need a mixer. I got the juice. Baby, I'm the plug in the filter. I got the juice. How many damn times got to tell ya? I got the juice. Baby, I got the juice.
It's a freak scene and yeah, wet dream in it. Waking up like ween in it, me and your jeans in it. Yeah, yellow like pea in it. Yeah, oh no, I mean me in it. No, it ain't lean in it, but it's got a little pink in it. Kinda make you wanna drink and it got a little cream in it. Yeah, but I feel a little bean in it. Yeah, work me up like caffeine in it. Tripping like an extra large, but the top is too small. Yeah, here let me wipe you off. Look inside, I can't wait to get you home at all. Nah, these cup holders are small. Can't believe what is in it. Tastes like a good time. My brain was foggy in my business. Yeah, short-term memory fried. Rain on. What you got, girl, is tough as shit. Can't nothing else fuck with it. Yeah, press please, that fresh squeeze juice. There can never be a supplement.
I got juice for all my lovers. Got juice for all my wives. My juice is my religion. Got juice between my thighs. Now ask the angels, baby. My juice is so divine. Ain't no juice quite like yours. Ain't no juice quite like mine. You try to grab my pussy, got this pussy grab you back. You try to grab my pussy, got this pussy grab you back. You try to grab my pussy, got this pussy grab you back. This pussy grab you back and give you pussy cataracts.
Yeah, I got the juice, I'm the truth. You can see it blowing up on the blood when you get it. I'm the truth, I'm the truth. Yeah, I got the juice, I'm the dirty computer. You can't break me down. If you want it, you can get it. You can take my crown. I don't want it, I don't need it. Yeah, I got the juice. Yeah, I know the truth. I'm the
Hey, how y'all doing this evening? This is AMPspirationTTV, and I am your host, the Plump Queen. Well, it is Wednesday, but especially it is Juice-Ology Wednesdays. We are back to get this on and popping. Our girl Loose Juice has a contest going on. She's going to tell you all about it, and whether she know it or not, this is going to be my entry this episode to this situation. So I can't wait to tell y'all about it. But make sure y'all hit that share button. Share, because we have to make Inspiration go viral. Now, you know I've been getting into these colors, the comedic days of the week. Now, I have to remember the deity, but today is Wednesday and you are supposed to wear yellow. Yellow is the color that you use for today to show homage to a specific deity. I'm going to let y'all know about that a little later. I've been busy today trying to get my little routine together because it's a freestyle. A little nervous, but make sure y'all, hope y'all had on y'all yellow today. Well, we're going to see if we can get Loose Juice on here so we can get this on and popping, because no one can do this better than her. So we're going to get her on here and we are going to get today's popping. But what she has going on is a Chairology competition. Okay, so we got to get you guys. Y'all know y'all been watching. Know that you guys, you know what I'm saying, have been practicing, right? Right? Okay. So this is your opportunity to show us what you got. Okay? I don't need to be the only one up on here, you know what I'm saying, shaking my tail feather and, you know, doing all of that. I'm gonna need y'all to be up on here. So she's gonna tell y'all exactly how y'all can participate in this contest, and I do believe there is a prize at the end, so y'all want to be all a part of this. Okay, I do not want to be the only one dancing up in here, right? And thank you, Tifa, that's my sister, putting it down for the deity that it's Offset's day. Today is Offset's day, so make sure you rock your yellow for Offset. Offset, woo, woo, yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can get Lucy up in chair, so she can start telling us what we got going on, what are we supposed to be doing, so I can show you guys. So let's see if we can get her on here. Where you at, Loose Juice? Where you at? But while we wait for her, I have a little point that I would like to make about this. And like the whole point of, you know, for me having, you know, Juice-Ology Wednesdays, you know what I'm saying, is another perspective on confidence. And this is something I might talk about a little bit more in depth on another show. But this is all about, you know, confidence in yourself. This is not necessarily about, you know, what you can do for your man or whatever. This is honestly what you can do for you. You know what I'm saying? We need to start being comfortable, you know, in our skin. You know, we need to be comfortable with ourselves. You know, we look at other people. You look at your Beyoncés and, you know, you look at celebrities that, you know, do all of this extra, you know, sexual stuff, and you want to do that. You want to be that, you know what I'm saying, but you feel like you can't. Well, why don't you just be you and do what you do? You don't have to be a Beyonce. Like Lucy said, you don't have to do things just like her. You do it in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that makes you feel beautiful and makes you feel sexy, you need to do that. So this is what this is all about, and I encourage you all, you know, to take that leap of faith and, you know, just figure out who you are. You know what I mean? Sex is not you know, being sexual is not a bad thing. You know, we're adults here, okay? It's how you bring forth life. So, you know, things need to be interesting. So let's get interesting. You know what I'm saying? Reinvent your sexy. You know what I'm saying? Reinvent is my new word for these days. So, you know, we need to do all of that. Okay, we're trying to get Lucy up in here. But yes, this is all about confidence in yourself. I promise you, confidence is key, ladies. Ah, there she goes. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and I can hear you. So we are on and popping. So, hey, Lucy. I've missed you. That's all right, Tifa. We're going to get it right, get it tight. I should have known that before I got on here. But just make sure you rock your yellow. Okay, well, hey, Lucy. How you doing, girl?
Boo, how you been?
I've been awesome. I'm kind of glad that I'm back home, you know, got my equilibrium back, but I definitely had a blast in New York and an awesome time in Egypt. But I am happy to be back so we can get this Juice-Ology situation going. I figured it out. Now, when I go on vacation from now on, we're going to get this dancing thing popping. You know what I'm saying? No more, you know, breaks and stuff. I figured out my environment so we can get this right and get it tight. All right, but how have you been?
Oh, I just been busy building this challenge, creating it, and making sure everything was right when I dropped it, and make sure the flyer was good. And then I just had a premiere last week or maybe the week before, April 21st, for the movie Renegade that I was in and that my brother was in. And planning out this whole body language tour that I am now ready to talk about, because now it's in the finishing processes of finalizing certain states. But I already got 2, so 2 is more than 0. So while I finalize everything else, so that's what I've been up to. You know, taking care of my baby and, you know, working out.
Yes, I've definitely been seeing you in the gym lately. I've been seeing, you know, trying to get where you at, you know what I'm saying? But you be doing all of your contortion and all that on your pull-ups. I see you, girl, I see you. All right, well, let's get to it. What is this Cheerology Challenge about? What are we supposed to do? And yeah, how can everyone participate?
Okay. Made some notes.
All right, awesome.
Stay on topic. Okay, so basically this Cheerology challenge is more than just dancing, more than just like choreography with the chair. It's a 5-day challenge, and each day is going to be a different flow. First day is low flow. Second day is seated flow. Third day is standing flow. Fourth day is trick. And fifth day is choreography. So basically, why I made it different levels of flow is because I've seen a lot of different chair dancing, and once again, everybody chair dancing is unique, but mine's is more on feeling, musicality, creativity, and things like that, with all the tricks and stuff, and how I fuse acro with dancing, with floor work. So this challenge is basically meant to bring out your creativity and looking at a chair differently than just sitting on the chair and just staying on that level or getting on the floor. So that's why I have you confined to the floor the first day, because when I started getting back into choreography, I always jumped to the floor. And it's like you got to stand sometime and dance, and floor work is not necessary. So I used to just jump to what I was comfortable with. So basically, I'm taking the ladies out of their comfortability by saying, day one, you can't get off the floor. And even though you're on the floor, you still have to connect to the chair. But you can't connect on the chair by going, let me put my butt on it. You got to think of different ways to do that. And then the next day, seated flow. When you're sitting on the chair, you can't do anything but sit on that chair. You can't get up. Then the third day is standing flow, meaning you have to stand. You can't sit. You got to walk around and find ways to stand and still connect to that chair. And then the fourth day is trick. So when I say trick, it's not necessarily what I do. It's just something that is not conventional in a chair. So you can sit in a chair and maybe do a split like this, even if it's not a full one. That's not conventional because that's not what a lot of people do in chairs. So anything that's not familiar in a chair. And then day 5, you take what you created, not necessarily saying the same steps, but you take day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, and you blend that all together and you make choreography routine. So like I said, the purpose of this is to bring out creativity, and then not only the creativity, finding who you are in yourself, because I didn't say I want you to do chair like me. I want you to do chairology like me. That's not the purpose. The purpose is, how do you incorporate chairology? Because if you think about it, once again, I always said the ology. It's the study of. Juice-Ology, the study of. So this is the study of chair. How do you see chair? Because when we spoke earlier, I told you that I wanted you to give your interpretation of what low flow is. And usually I give you stuff to do. I didn't do that because I said that's the purpose, because then that's me giving you choreography, and all I'm trying to do is pull Tamara out. But that's always a given. Even when we do choreography, I never want you to look like me. I want you to look like you. And the only way you're going to look like you is if you actually dig inside yourself. What do I see? So my friend asked me earlier, Tokyo, shout out to her. She was like, hey, Juice, is this just a choreography challenge? I said, yes. And I said, no. I said, because it is choreography, but choreography to me and you could be 2 different things. So I said, even if you rolled on the floor, as long as you stay connected to the chair, that's chairology to you. Because you can have banging choreography for the 5 days and be like, oh, I'm a shoo-in to win. But if I don't feel that you're giving yourself along with what you came up with, then you get choreography, boo. Thank you for participating. You are amazing. But honey over here, who is emoting music and sticking to the challenge, she gonna win them free lessons only because she's using herself, the chair, and following the confines of the rules. So it's not just about doing low flow and all the flows and making them choreography. It's how do you bring yourself to this chair challenge?
Okay. Well, that's a little scary. I'm just gonna keep it a buck because when I used to dance with you back in the days, I'm not good at coming up with stuff on my own. I'm a great follower when it comes down to that, but I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna make sure I bring you, Tamara, Plump Queen. I'm gonna have all of that up in there. I'm gonna have, yeah, have that all up in there. But y'all heard her, okay? She wants you. She wants you in here. You know what I'm saying? She wants your perspective of what this is. So do not have in your mind that you need to look like her. Okay. And so now, and you've clarified with the whole 5 days. See, I thought it was just one day. Now I got to come up with 4 other situations going on.
It's
I'm on it.
five
I'm
days.
gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I got this. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
And
Now
it's on
before,
Facebook and it's on IG. And when you
okay,
and
yes,
how you
explain.
participate, the flyer that you reposted that's on my page as well, you have to repost that flyer. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, she's participating. And you have to hashtag Cheerology, because when I click that hashtag, everything that's posted under that I can see, and anybody can see because it's public. And this is how I keep track of who's participating. Because if you don't repost it or hashtag Cheerology, I don't know if you're participating. And you have to tag me, of course. And then also, you can put it on your Snap, but you have to put it on your main page, because once again, when you put it on your Snap, it disappears in 24 hours. And the hashtags for Snap on IG aren't the same as a regular hashtag for your post. Those are two separate things.
Okay, awesome. So pretty much you have to tag her when you make your video. You either post it on IG or on Facebook. You make sure
Mm-hmm.
you do a hashtag Cheerology. Make sure that you tag her. She's Loose Juice on Instagram, and she's Lucy McKinnon on Facebook. Make sure you tag those two, and you must post the flyer. I've been posting the flyer as advertisements for the show, but I'll post it again. This is how she's going to know that you are participating. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
hashtag Shareology, tagging Lucy McKinnon or Loose Juice, depending whether you do IG or FB. And this is how, and make sure you post the flyer. This is how you will be able, she will know that you are participating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm participating, but I think if anything, I'll be an example of
No,
how
you're
this is
participating.
supposed. Oh, okay. She said I'm participating, so
Mm-hmm.
she has
You can still
spoken,
be
so I'm
an
in
example.
there. I'm
You
in
drop
there.
your video, other women are going to go, okay, I like what she did. I want to do that too. And the video necessarily doesn't have to be a minute. It could be 10 seconds. It can be 15. It doesn't have to necessarily be a minute, because when I made up choreography, I couldn't go past a minute once upon a time making up choreography for other people. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a long, drawn out video. Because you can serve it up in 10 seconds and shit. If you serve it up in 10 seconds, you are amazing. So, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be long. And then
Okay.
also, we have winners, first place and second place. First place winner wins 2 free sessions with me, 60 minutes, which is valued over $100. And then the second place winner wins two 30-minute sessions with me of their choosing between flexibility and Cheerology, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, give me that flexibility. So, yeah, it's the
I'm
first
gonna
place
need
winner.
y'all to get on it because that's what I want. So y'all better get
Right.
on here before I win this. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I'm gonna need all of that because my flexibility has definitely gone up. Because whether you know it or not, when I use what you've taught me in my stretching in the morning and before I go to bed. So actually, I went to the gym today and I noticed that my back bends, I'm getting a little bit closer to the ground because I stretch my back by doing a back bends, but I can't do what you do, but I can get back there. But I've gotten lower, since I've been incorporating your stretching and all of the routines that you taught me. So I greatly appreciate that. So y'all
No
guys,
problem.
don't let me win this now. Don't y'all? I need it, and I'm going for it. All right. So I'm trying to see if I can stall. Should I do this now, or should that be the finale, or is there anything else that you would like to address or talk about before we get into what I got going on?
Well, yeah, you can definitely close the show with your Cheerology, giving
Good.
an example of low flow. And it definitely is an example because the challenge starts May 13th, ladies. So you can definitely give an example. So this way, when day one come, I expect your
Ah,
video.
perfect. That's awesome. That gives me more time to get. I like that. Perfect,
Yeah,
perfect,
but
perfect.
I wanted to talk about the body language tour, right? The whole concept that I came up with that is because, as we spoke about before, and as I spoke with many women, they can dance for IG, they can dance for themselves. But when it comes to their significant other, it's a problem. And it's not because it's your significant other. I'm not trying to make this tour so you can dance for a significant other. The root of the reason is why. Why aren't you comfortable? And a lot of women, it's not that they're not comfortable with him, they're uncomfortable with letting themselves go in that way for him. Hence why
Right.
I did Vixen, because I noticed in myself first that that was my issue. I could be on the gram and, when I first
Mhm.
did pole, swinging around it and messing up, but then when it came down to doing that, it took me a while to be like, all right, I want you to see me dance. So a lot of women aren't comfortable. I don't want to make fun of me. Things jiggle and shit like that. So it's like the whole purpose of the tour is, or the workshop is, I want to get women comfortable in their body. And what I mean is whatever body you in, because at the end of the day, and I'm using myself as an example, I wanted to lose weight after I gained it. And I thought that was the end all be all. But once I lost the weight, I still wasn't happy, which
Mm.
defeats the. And when I looked in the mirror, I still see the old body. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the whole reason is confidence comes from within. And I should have been confident in that old body that when I got the new one, I'm still confident because the body didn't make me. So it
Right.
wasn't until people started picking at me like, damn, Lucy, you mad skinny. You look so slim. But wait, when I was heavier, I didn't hear you look good. You look like this. You look like that. It was still like, damn, I remember what you used to look like. So when I say, you know what, I do not care what anybody thinks. It's about how I feel. So now when people say stuff to me, it bounces right back off because I don't identify with that. So I want to get women comfortable in the skin they're in now, whatever season they're in now, so that when they look into the mirror and I say, what do you see? It's not like, oh, I know I look good. You really believe it so that
Right.
you know you look good. And it's not because of what you have on, it's because you feel good about yourself. So I want to get women comfortable in their skin. So the workshop is not a chair workshop, it's not a pole workshop, it's a your body workshop. So I'm going to bring out the best version of yourself so that when you do go through transformations with whatever weight loss, with getting back to who you are, with taking paint classes, with taking singing lessons, that you have the confidence to exude that. So when you actually are living in your truth, it shows and you don't have to tell nobody or prove it to them. You know who you are. So that is the purpose of the body language workshop.
I love that. This is what we are all about, and I can use myself, as an example. I've been big my whole life. I did not lose the weight like you did. I did, and then gained it back. I'm still on that journey. You know what I mean? And even having one arm, I have to be confident in myself when I walk out my house. You know what I'm saying? When I look in the mirror, I gotta love me. I have to be comfortable with me. You know what I'm saying? So when I go out in the world, because everybody has an opinion, just like assholes. You know what I'm saying? And everybody honestly has a right, like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody, has a right to behold whatever it is. You just need to make sure that you are the beholder of your own beauty. And whether you know it or not, that is one of the most attractive things to men. And you can ask any man, a real man. Real men like confidence. I know so many women that growing up, I personally thought that I looked better than. I personally felt like I was more attractive than they were. But they married, kids, happy as hell, successful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, well, I thought I looked mad good, but yet she has what I want. So obviously, it has nothing to do with literally what your face is about, what you exude. That woman was out there, she was straight her stuff. Anytime I see her out, she be killing it. I don't care what she had on. I don't care how I felt about it. She was out there doing her thing, and somebody noticed that. So that is a really big thing that I try to push on here because, like, I met my man when I was 260 pounds. You know what I mean? Now I'm 200 now, working my way down, but then and now, he loves me. I'm more confident in myself now. I can see that in how he treats me. Everything is a reflection. So that's an amazing thing, and I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying, you using your talents. You know what I'm saying, to do that, because we don't do that for ourselves. We just look at celebrities and your Beyoncés of the world or your Ciaras and thinking about women who dance and just have the greatest bodies and everybody tries to be like. You know what I'm saying, but they have insecurities as well. As a matter of fact, they got a whole glam squad. They got, what I'm saying, they got people with them, every day fixing their makeup, fixing up their hair. And to be quite honest, that's not even realistic because they don't look like that when they really wake up.
No,
And
they
we
don't.
spend our lives, trying to, feel like we're less than them. And we got to stop that. So I appreciate you. And I'm sure there are several women in the world who appreciate you as well, for using your platform and your gifts, to do that. So
There are some women who appreciate it, and there are some women who don't. But I want to ask you a question before I go into that. You said you haven't lost the weight like me. What did you mean?
Well, my lowest weight was 172 pounds, and
Mm-hmm.
I personally didn't like how I looked. I
Mm-hmm.
still had my stomach still split in two, but I looked really, really, really. I felt like I looked sick. That's just how I felt about it. You know what I'm saying? Now I gained some weight back, then I lost some, then I gained some back, and now I'm here. I'm tired of the seesaw situation, so I'm doing what I have to do, diet wise, you know what I'm saying, and discipline wise is what I need to do to get where I need to go and stay there. You know what I'm saying? But I have to know I still love who I am now. I have to think about it. I used to be 260 pounds. I look damn good. I feel like I look what I'm saying, the best that I ever have in my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I have to feel that way throughout this whole journey. I love myself when I was 260. I bagged a dude at 260. You know what I'm saying? When I went down to 172, really didn't like it, but I still was confident. I found things to like about that, like sitting in a chair on a bus, being able to just fit my whole body in that one seat instead of having my thighs stuck on the other side. So those are the things that I noticed that I'm grateful for. So throughout my whole journey, I love me. I look good. I do whatever it is, dress myself, however it is that I feel to make me comfortable. A lot of people say things, like for instance, I sweat a lot, profusely, especially in the summertime. A lot of people feel that that's unattractive for a woman to sweat all the time. It indicates that you may be on drugs, or it's just not sexy. I've been told this before. I refuse to not leave my house because I sweat a lot. Sweating is actually good. That means that my body thermometer is on point. But I refuse to not to go out, not live my life and do things because of what other people may think. I sweat all the time. I just bring a towel with me. Ask anybody that's seen me at the club. I sweat a lot. I got my tissue and my napkin. I'm doing my thing and patting myself dry as much as I can. But ain't nobody about to stop me to keep drinking these drinks and getting my groove on. You know what I'm saying? So I yeah, man, you got to feel yourself. If you don't feel yourself, ain't nobody else gonna feel you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I try to do that every day. Every day. That's why I don't wear my prosthesis. Cause this is me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you like it, you don't. But I love it.
Right.
And that's just really what it's about.
Now, people who've been following me, and this is before my Facebook got deleted, but even if people who knew me when I went to high school and people who knew me after, but people on your platform, some of them I know, especially if they're from Left Rack, but if they're not, then they don't know me. Now, a lot of people see me and they go, oh, wow. But if you don't know me, you don't know where I came from. And it took me 5 years to get here. My heaviest was 215 pounds. And I had the whole seesaw phase as well. I did P90X. And at first, when I started P90X, it was great. I lost 10 pounds in the first month, but that's it, 10 pounds. And when you honestly understand muscle, body fat, what's weight loss, what's the number on the scale don't really mean anything, then you understand how that works. And then when you understand your body, hence body language talk, then you'll understand what your body needs to lose weight, gain weight, all this other stuff. So I did P90X, and for the first, you do it for 3 months. Like I said, I lost 10 pounds the first month. The second month, I didn't lose nothing. The third month, I didn't lose nothing. So in 90 days, I only lost 10 pounds. Mind you, I'm on that diet. I'm eating how they told me to. So I did the other round. And when you do another round of P90X, you're supposed to just switch up the exercises. And once again, that's muscle confusion. So you're doing it right. And nothing was working. I did Insanity, it didn't work. So I realized that I have to do something or find something that's actually going to actually maybe work for me or maybe motivate me more. And once again, that's how I found pole. So like I said, it took me 5 years to get here. And even when I started doing pole did not make me lose weight. It helped and it jump started me, but it didn't make me lose weight. It going to the gym. And a lot of women, when they go to the gym, they get on the treadmill, which ain't nothing wrong with that. I get on the Stairmaster. But a lot of women are scared of the weight section. And when you get to the weight section, the free weights, even the assisted weights, that is where the magic happens. I used to go to Valley Fitness. I was on a treadmill and, did a little cardio hand there. It didn't work. I used to walk on the track with my homegirl every day, 3 miles. I just lost weight. I took a yoga class. I damn near passed out. So it actually wasn't until I actually said, okay, got into the weight section. So even taking pole at the equation, once again, pole got me down to 180. That's it. I plateaued at that. It wasn't until I got to the weight section. And when I say weights, little 10-pound dumbbells, little ankle weight, doing cardio. That's what got me to this. But where I messed up at was I was doing a lot of cardio at the time and not weight. So I lost weight, too much weight, and I did not like what I looked like. So now I'm in the process of gaining back weight because a lot of people are like, damn, what happened to your butt? I lost too much weight. So I literally had to gain weight back. And once again, that and muscle are two different things. So right now, I'm still in the process of gaining weight, but I have to be realistic. As much weight as I gain, I have to be able to lift it because I lift myself in the air. So a lot of women see me, especially not knowing me, and make assumptions. And once again, this is why I do what I do. Yes, it might be a foreign method, but at the end of the day, just like you said, a lot of women look up to Beyonce, not like her, but look up to her. A lot of people look up to these celebrities and want to do them. But when you see a real woman in the flesh, it's ridiculous, but I love it. And the reason why I love it is because I understand. And instead of just saying, how did you do that? I want to do that. You don't do that. But once again, you look at Beyonce and it's, wow. But why? Why? That's not how she looks. She's beautiful, but she has a whole glam squad. Just like this is how I look. But if I take my picture with my yellow dress, flawless makeup, hair in a ponytail, straight hair.
You look beautiful.
Right now. I don't look like that at all. And then too, the only reason why I got this on is because I was working out, and then I have a client once I get offline with you, I walk around with sweatpants on and all this stuff, and we spoke about this. So I'm going to talk about a situation. I'm hosting my chair challenge, and this woman made a comment, and she said, no class. Basically, that's the judge of the convo. And I asked her, go on my page and then make a judgment. And she said, no, I will not go on your page. I made an educated guess. So let's look at the definition of educated guess. Educated guess says a guess based on knowledge and experience, therefore likely to be correct. Now, based on knowledge and experience. So when scientists do tests, they have a hypothesis. And in order to put something against each other, you have to do a series of tests. So if you say educated guess, that means knowledge based on experience. So when she seen my picture of my leg around my neck, she needed something to compare it to in order to have an educated guess.
Right.
Now, the purpose of me saying go to my pages, now if you go on my page and you see anything classless, then you can say, she ain't got no class. But if you don't want to do your due diligence and go to my page to prove yourself right or wrong, then you are making an assumption. So let's look at the definition of assumption. A thing that is accepted as true or certain to happen without proof. I'll read it again. A thing that is accepted as true or certain to happen without proof. So you see the difference of an educated guess and an assumption? Now, if she went to my page and seen unclassy stuff, then she made an educated guess. But because she didn't put anything to compare it to, she made an assumption. And that's a fact because I have the definition as what they mean. Now, I don't have to sit there and label my criteria about classy as far as me in real world, because if I did, then I would be the running definition of classy because I'm celibate and this and that and that. I shouldn't have to do that because once again, my brand is not about my celibacy, what I'm not doing. Yes, that's incorporated in it, and that and as I get further down, especially making content and doing short films, you're going to see that more and more. And when I actually create the concept of the show that I will have in a few more years, then you'll understand. But until that part is ready, I don't feel like I have to divulge that information. My brand is what I put on my page. So now you actually did your diligence. That picture was a screenshot. And on the other side of said picture was an audience because I was performing a contortion routine. And see, that's the thing. Maybe because a lot of people have not seen a Black contortionist. So when you see a leg go around a neck, you associate that with a sexual position. But if I was another race, I'm pretty sure they would have accepted it. Hence why different races who do twerking get, why when we do it, we get that's ratchet. So once again, it's us judging us, degrading us, calling us out our name. And I've been in that too. Hey, bitch. And I don't do that anymore. So this is why I do what I do. And at the end of the day, if she would have went to my page, which I'm pretty sure she did, then you would see what my brand is about. And you would see that I have clients who I train, and not only train, but speak life into them as I train and let them know when I'm splitting their legs open, honey, I know the pain you feel because I've been there. I'm hurting with you right now because I've been there. So it's not like I'm doing stuff on you, on y'all, on anybody that I have not done on myself. Because then if I did that, I'll be like the thousands of people who are online selling some shit that they ain't got no business selling because they ain't living it offline. So once again, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I believe in myself and I believe in women. And if that means I have to go through the mud and people talking shit about me, oh well. If that means that I'm going to go like this, because that's my job and that's what I've been put on this earth for. And that's why I'm using my talents and dancing and speaking life into people. Because once again, I want to get women comfortable with themselves, because the more women who are comfortable with themselves will do less judging and assumptions and making assumptions on other people, because they're so happy with themselves. When they see a beautiful lady, they'll say something. I'll make another example. I was in a car the other day going to 7-Eleven because that's the corner store out here. And I was driving past this lady and she was walking the block with her family. And I looked and I said, oh, wow, she looks mad pretty. She had this nice sun hat on, this curly hair, these black and white pants with sandals with the nice heel on it. It was like the damn, can't remember the name right now, but it was open toe. It was real cute.
Okay.
She was real cute with her outfit. Her son hair was braided and all that, right? So
Okay.
we park and I go into the store and I walk in with my mother and I go get a tea and I come back in the aisle that she's standing in because she's at the cash register. And as she's at the cash register, I'm walking and we make eye contact and she said, and I'm like, damn. Now, mind you, 5 minutes ago, she didn't know that I said, oh, she looks really nice. And I would have told her in the store because that's what I do, but she didn't even give me a chance. Now, what I had on was this sundress, and it was a wrap dress. You couldn't really see anything. I had a split, but you only see it when I walk, but my arms were out. So once again, she didn't know that I just said she looked good. I called her beautiful and all that. But you see me, somebody else who looks just like you in a different setting, and you turn your face up. So that
It's unfortunate where we're trained like that. We have been trained from birth that we have to compete with one another. So if you find somebody just as beautiful as you,
like that.
I hate to say it,
Like
society,
that.
I mean, our society, it's almost unspoken because when you think about it, like even with men, you know, we it's unspoken. We have to fight over jobs. We have to fight over men. You know what I mean? They always use things like it's what is it, 10 men, 20 men to every woman type situation. All of these things we have been programmed. We watch it on TV. If you watch reality TV, it shows all of that, and it's almost like we're groomed at a young age to see that, and it's really
But
sad, and it needs to change.
and I get what you're saying as far as grooming the program because TV, but then again, this is when you have to step in. I mean, as a parent, as an aunt, as a sister, as an uncle, and don't let other people raise you because I understand what you're saying, but unless somebody could call me out on it right now and hit me, I ain't never been a hater of a woman ever, ever,
Me neither.
ever.
Me neither.
So
Me either.
identify with that. Now, I'm not gonna sit here in front. I might have seen somebody like, but for a split second, and I check myself. What you doing that for? But as far as walking around with the shits on all day, like, oh, I look better in competition, that ain't never been me. That ain't never been me. For what? I ain't never fought over no dude. Unless somebody could type in that I have, I ain't never fought over no dude. Ever. Too
I
many
dig
niggas
it.
out here.
I feel you.
Too many men. So
I
I get what you're
I
saying
feel
about
you.
being conditioned, but I don't identify with that, and I haven't. So once again, unless somebody can bring up a situation where I've been a hater and just been hating on women, please let me know. But I really don't recall. Now, I've been in situations where it's been people who've hated, and then because you're not a hater, now you're hated on. I've been in that situation, but as far as being conditioned, I definitely believe you. And that's exactly what they do. And they do put women in competition with each other for jobs, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Let the best man win for the job. But as far as you being in competition with your sister, yes, they promote that. But once again, that's where the mother, the aunt, the sister, all that comes into play. Because how my mother taught me, she don't play that. She always said respect your elders. She even told me my father, fuck it, he's all right. He ain't the best thing since sliced bread. But she always raised me never to be disrespectful. You can speak your point, speak your facts, but don't be disrespectful. My mother always taught us manners. When somebody holds the door, you say thank you. When you walk in somebody's house, you say hello. So it's really how you brought up and what you let dictate to you. Like I said, I might have fallen into that as far as, I might not have been sure of myself, and Honey walked in sure of herself, and I felt inferior, but it's never been where I like, bitch, I look better than all of you. Ain't never.
Well, see, that's the thing about that. Most women who feel that way, it's because that's an insecurity. That's their defense mechanism. they're insecure with themselves. So when they see somebody else that looks, you know what I'm saying, even on the same level, it bothers them. I had a friend from Left Rack. I'm not gonna say her name, but she was honestly only my friend because she wanted to hang out with people that she felt look less than her, so she can always be the attention when we went out. Now she didn't know that I knew that. It personally didn't bother me because, again, as you know, my looks was never my, I don't want to say my strong point, but people didn't like me because of the way I looked. People liked me because of who I am, my personality, the type of person that I was. So I never really had to compete with the physical because that wasn't the thing that I was identified with. I kind of accepted that, being a big girl, having a fro wasn't the thing that boys liked at the time. And I was actually okay with that because I still had friends. That was just how I perceived it, and how I went with life. Now it's a different situation. I'm bad. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I was nothing conceited about me. I do not think that I look better than anybody, but I'm a bad chick. One arm and all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't identify with that either because I wasn't brought up that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how I live. But I know several people, you know what I'm saying, that have. And the younger generation is a little bit worse because see those aunties and mamas and all that you're talking about. See, all the aunties and mamas is about 10, 12 years, you know what I'm saying, older than them, and they trying to get their life. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of parents and aunties that are competing with their kids. You got mamas, you know what I'm saying, that out here trying to live vicariously through their kids. You got aunties that are jealous, you know what I'm saying, of their nieces and nephews because, they look like that's what they used to look like 20 years ago and they didn't take care of themselves. And now, it's an issue. Like a lot of that goes around, especially in our community, and these are the things that we need to change. We have to start understanding that we are all valued. We all have our strong points, you know what I'm saying? And being attractive is not the end all and be all. As a matter of fact, that's the most minute thing, you know what I'm saying, in this world, to be attractive. It can get you
Right.
places, but it can get you places. Don't get me wrong. It can definitely get you places, but it honestly can't keep you nowhere. It can't sustain you because looks, anything can happen. You can get into a car accident. You know what I'm saying? You can get burnt up in a fire or something like that. That can just completely transform how you look. Now what? Now what do you have to offer the world now that your looks are gone? And this needs to be instilled in our children now. Mamas and aunties and daddies and, and uncles. We need to instill that into these children now so we can change that. Because there's more and more of this quote unquote haters. I posted a few videos. There was this model out of some type of situation going on. And this model was speaking about how, how models are always in competition. They're always fighting over, that spot. It's one thing to have healthy competition, but when you are just and nasty about it because, what I'm saying, y'all fighting for the spot, that's a problem. There's a lot of women, what I'm saying, just people in general that won't give you, won't give you a tip because they're thinking about you taking their spot. And that's a problem. There's enough work going on. There's enough of everything out there for everyone to get a piece. We shouldn't have to fight over that. We shouldn't have to degrade one another or bring each other down so we can build each other up. That whole crabs in a barrel, needs to be deaded. And that's the real issue. And we have to love ourselves. It's another thing. We're not taught to really to love and understand who we are and what we bring to the table. Because if we did that, you wouldn't be worrying about nobody else. Like, I don't worry about anybody else. There are so many people out here that got a platform talking positivity or, doing what it is that I'm doing. If I thought about what everybody else is doing, I wouldn't be here because I know so many people that do better things. They got all types of graphics and, all types of split screens and stuff that they got going on to make their show a whole lot more better. I can't, stop what I'm doing because I'm not there yet. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm saying? I'm gonna have the folks that love me and that gets what I got from my show. And as I grow, they're gonna grow with me. But that's not gonna stop me from doing what I need to do and, you know, for putting my information out there. And that's not going to stop me from supporting other people as well. You know, my Thursdays is a joint venture between me and another sister who has her own show called Voices. So we collaborate together now to have both of our perspectives. And I personally feel like that show is a lot greater because we get to piggyback and ping pong ideas off of each other. So, and this is so we can grow each other's brand. That's why we got Juice-Ology Wednesdays. So, you know what I'm saying? I know so many people that can do so many things, and there's no need for us to compete. We need to start helping each other and networking one another so we can all make it. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. Because you have your way of inspiring, I have my way of inspiring, she has her way. Everybody got their way, and they're all good. They're all good. Now, somebody had a question for you earlier that I peeped, and I want to go back and ask it.
I have it turned sideways. I can't see no questions.
I got you, girl. I got you. It is my love, Vicky Shorts. I love her. Shout out to Vicky Shorts. She is the bomb. We are reinventing our lives. You know what I'm saying? One experience at a time. But she asks, what is your advice for people who have injuries? She wants to work out but have lower back injury. Doctor wants her to do surgery, but she believes her body can heal without it. So what would you, because you were talking about, you know, working out and losing weight and things of that nature. And I can even say with your, you know what I'm saying, with your Chairology situation, you know, she had, you know, has lower back. So is there anything that you can tell her that can help her get that popping? Because I would love to see Vicky Shorts, you know what I'm saying, doing some Chairology. Bring out that
Well,
5 energy, girl.
let me clarify. I'm not a doctor, but a woman I'm training, Gigi, she has hip flexor issues, and she had to get cleared for her doctor to say that she was okay. Now, when she says lower back pain, I would need to know how severe is her lower back pain. Because yes, sometimes doctors do be like, surgery, you need surgery. And sometimes that's not even the case. Like, I hurt my shoulder in 2017, and I really thought that I would have to go get surgery. Thank God that I didn't, because I looked up and studied the muscles and figured out how to heal my shoulder with prehab and rehab at the same time. And basically, my rotator was really messed up. And once I built the muscles around it and then strengthened the muscle and then lengthened it, this shoulder's more flexible than this one. So how severe is Vicky's back pain? Like, can you, when you stand up, does it hurt? When you bend over, does it hurt? Or is it just your back hurts you sometimes? Or when you do stuff, does your back hurt you? Because those are two different things. If you're physically bending down and you have back pain, then that might be a problem. But if you're sitting all day slouched, yes, that's going to create back pain. If you're sitting in a chair, your hip flexors are going to get tight. If you're at a job where you're constantly bending over, so is your back pain hurting because of your day-to-day tasks, because of what you're doing? You're using your muscles and you're getting tired and all that stuff, or it's just chronic back pain. So she would have to answer that question. Is it chronic back pain, or like I said, when you bend over, does it hurt? Or because you sit in a desk and you're slouching, your posture, things like that. Because I had lower back pain as well. But once you stretch, that's totally different. A lot of things get alleviated from stretching, because you actually start hurting because you don't stretch as you get older, because ligaments and muscles get tight and shorter. And that's why a lot of people do have back problems as they get older, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And I didn't realize, and I guess because of my warped perception, like when people don't have mobility, meaning they can't lift their leg, they can't touch their toes, like they can't lean all the way back, that's real. So if you can answer that question for me, Vicky, then I can go to the next step to say, or at least what I think it is. And I'm only doing that off of the clients that I've worked with and myself. But like I said, in order for at least me to touch you or stretch you, if I were doing it, I would want you to understand which kind of pain it is, and if you do need clearance from a doctor, or it's just I work, I do this, I do that, and this is why. Like my mother, where she works at is very strenuous because she's standing all day. So she has a lot of pain. And then before we got a car, thank God, she did a lot of walking back and forth. But when I stretched her, all that pain alleviated. And then when she actually got a break to sit down at work, all that pain alleviated. So if you can answer that for me, Vicky, then I can tell you what I think. Make an educated guess.
Make an educated guess. Got you. Like how you segued into that. Okay, well, hopefully she's still on and she can ask that question and you can answer it. If not, I'll send her to you and y'all can, y'all can talk.
If anything, if she sees the playback, she can answer the question and tag me in it, or she can come to my DM and I'll tell her the same thing, but I might not remember everything I said. So watch the playback. I might go and timestamp it. And if somebody watching, timestamp what this is right now, so I could go to that timestamp and move it up a little bit. Thank you.
You so silly. I got you. Well, that is definitely awesome, and we're gonna get that answer. So, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I can't stall anymore.
We got 4 minutes left before my next client. I'm gonna call you in a second, girl. Give me a few minutes. So
I got 4 minutes. I got 4 minutes. So good. I got it.
You can take the camera with you and go set up, because like I said, it doesn't have to be 4 minutes. You could dance for 2. You could dance for a minute. You could dance for 30 seconds.
All right, we gonna figure this out. All right, so say something. I think I can move all of this stuff in less than a minute. So let's do that. Go on, do your thing, girl. Talk to him.
Do you like my baby hairs? My daughter's blowing me in the background. She technically should be asleep, but I'm not going to say anything because right now I'm online and I don't want anything to count against me. No, I'm like, I would never. Stay off camera. Sarah is about to do an example of low flow, which will be day 1 of the day 5 challenge for Cheerology. So the purpose of day 1 is she's going to be on the floor doing low flow, because the chair has different levels. Just like when you do choreography or dance, sometimes you're dancing standing up and then you go to the floor. That's different levels. So the chair has different levels. There's legs on the chair, there's a seat, and there's a back. The legs are touching the floor. The seat, you're seated. The back is on the back of the chair. Technically, if you stand, you're in the back of the chair. So just like the chair has different levels, that is what Cheerology challenge is about. And day 1, she's going to do low level, which is day 1. So that's what she's going to give an example of in her interpretation of Cheerology. Day 1, low flow. And other than that, make sure y'all go to my page and just check out all the things that I've been posting, especially about the movie Renegade. We're going to get that streaming because a lot of people have been asking where can they see it on.
Talk about that. You mentioned it, but you didn't talk about it.
Okay, the movie Renegade. I played Harlem, which was a bodyguard to one of the bosses. And basically, the movie premiered April 21st at Old Greenbelt Theater, which is like old school theater, one theater. That's it. I love them. I miss those kind of theaters. Yeah, I used to have that theater on 42nd Street. My Uncle Ray used to take me. So basically the movie premiered and everybody's been looking at the clips because I had a fighting scene that took place on this pole in this basement, and we learned that choreography in like an hour before I started shooting, because when I started I was supposed to be girl on pole, and then I got a speaking line, and then they was like, you want to fight? I was like, yeah, I know how to fight. But then when I seen what he wanted me to do, I was like, who doing that? I ain't doing that. And then stunt choreographer James bumped heads because I was like flexing what I knew how to do and he was flexing what he knew how to do. But it wasn't until we actually came together and said, you know, I know this, you know that, what do we know, and put it together, and then it worked out. So the director and the producer, they're working on a way to actually get it on a streaming service. So whether that's YouTube or whether that's Netflix or whether that's Amazon Prime, once link is available, they will definitely let me know. Because once again, it ain't my movie, so I don't have that kind of power. When they get that, I will definitely post that to my page, because a lot of people in the comment section have been asking, where can we see it at? Where can we see it at? It looks good from the trailer and what my brother's been posting. Reposting, what my mother's been reposting. So I definitely want to get that out. So just bear with me. Once they get their stuff, I'll bring it up to Facebook and every other platform. So, and it's a good movie, hour and a half, a lot of action scenes. Some of the stuff I was like, dang, that happened. But I have to remember, I wasn't there filming the whole movie. I just did my scene. So once I get the information in Renegade and I'll get a link for all that, I will definitely let y'all know. And I'm telling y'all, that do not, listen, not only because I was in the movie do I think it's dope. It's dope because, once again, it's everybody that look like us, you know? And then it's all these different people who are in different fields that came together to make a movie. You have some singers in there. You got people who solely act. You got some people who ain't never act. You got pole dancers, you have mothers, you have brothers in there, you have people who write, and you got models. So it's so many different people in so many different lanes that came together to make this movie. And some people already do movies. They're in LA doing other movies, doing plays. So it's such a vast cast that's been in this movie. And like I said, I've never acted before. So when I actually had to act, not even a line, but facial wise, and not staring at the camera, because that's what I'm used to, like making faces, is different. And just being a part of that movie just brought out something in me as far as like, ooh, I like doing stunts and stuff like that and fighting. And I'm pretty sure it brought out a lot in everybody else. So once I get the information for Renegade, I will definitely post it and tell you so you can spread the word. But enough about me. Tonight I'm demonstrating low flow. Day one example. Challenge starts May 13th, the day after Mother's Day, ladies. So once again, if you are shy, you can send me the video. I'll post it. You ain't got to post it on your page. You can DM me the video. But once again, all you have to do is tag the flyer or post the flyer to your main page on Facebook or Instagram. Tag me in it, FB Lucy Mckinney. And on Instagram, that's LuceJuice, LuCJuic3. The flyer is on my main page. The flyer is in my Snap. The flyer is on my main page on IG. And once you tag me, you have to hashtag Cheerology. I have the spelling all through the challenge, so you can always edit it if you mess up. But that's how you can participate. So right now, she's going to demonstrate, inspire, example, low flow. So once again, the challenge starts May 13th. You have up until now to the 13th to repost it, tag me, hashtag Cheerology. Without further ado, yeah.
So I told y'all I don't know how to make a choreography, right? I told y'all that, right? I put that disclaimer in there. I did? Okay.
They not listening. They waiting for you to press play.
I bet. All right, so yeah, this is supposed to be sexy, so I like sexy music. So here we go.
To the screen.
I gotta touch the chair, right?
Let's move.
Rock on it like you a millie. Yeah. Bounce on it like you from Philly. Yeah. So dope how you cut it up. Yeah. Serving a fiend, I can't get enough. Let the thing take me on a trip to every private place inside of it. Every private place I want to
So
visit.
low. Look at that.
Places I won't forget. Yeah. You got permission to do it. You got permission to lose it. If you really don't put me through it, do it. Oh no. Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Low flow like a mom.
Oh, fuck it up. I need you to
That thing.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how to make up stuff. You said I had to be on the floor and touch the chair, so that's what I did.
I said stay connected to the chair. So when you
Okay.
first started and you touched it, but then you went and put your foot on it. Then you went around the chair. Then you hid behind the chair and poked out. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I ain't never went back behind the chair and poked my head out. I done came up. I done put my hands through the shit and climbed through it, but I never said whoop. So if you see it in my routine, just know. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Listening to the music and just doing what your body wants you to do. Didn't Tank just say that? You better preach, Minister Tank. So that's exactly what the challenge is about. You brought Tamara to Cheerology. You didn't do juice. You did what you did, and you stayed connected to the chair. You not only touched the chair, you put your lower half on the chair. You went around the chair. You got on the chair and then felt on the back. Just like that's exactly what I'm talking about. So ladies, you're listening. The playback. She did her on the chair. She didn't do me. She brought her and she stayed on the floor. Once again, on the floor doesn't mean your butt. She used her knees. So
Try to figure it out.
that's exactly what I'm talking about with Charlie. So basically, you're gonna have to do low flow again, May 13th. So you already got a head start, which is not meaning practice. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to practice what you're gonna do. If you're gonna do chair, just do it. But I don't want you to practice what you're gonna do, just like how you just did. And I'm done.
All right. Well, you heard her. Make sure May 13th that you participate. Make sure you post that flyer. Make sure you hashtag Cheerology. Make sure you tag either Lucy Mckinney on Facebook or Loose Juice on IG. All right. I'm going to be participating. You need to participate. You know what I'm saying? And bring yourself. Y'all know I'm nervous on here when I do this, so I'll be all giggly and stuff. I'm just like y'all. I'm getting comfortable, with being on camera and doing this. But again, like I always tell y'all, if I can do it, you can absolutely do it. So I can't wait to see what y'all got going on. I can't wait. Everybody on here need to be on that. Vicky,
All
Latifah,
levels.
who else I see on here? Who else on here? I see Janae. Oh yeah, I want to see all y'all up on here. Don't let this just be me, okay? So make sure y'all do it.
I said all levels, meaning
Oh, okay. So I was about to say,
someone
yeah. I heard somebody in the background.
chair dancing. That's not what it's about. I don't care if you ain't never danced before in your life. Because half of y'all, how many of us be at home and the song come on, you say, hey, in the mirror. So if that's what you're going to do, just make sure you put your hands on the chair and go, hey, there we go.
Exactly. Well, I cannot wait to see these. I'm actually a little excited now. I'm not going to so much practice a routine, but what I am going to do, I am going to be watching your old videos and see the things that you do on the floor and just have those in my mind. So then when the music starts, it can come out. Right. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm definitely gonna do. So I hope you're down, Janae. I see that you're down. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see you, Vicky. You're back. We asked your question about you having lower back pain and your surgery. So she wanted to know exactly what your back injury is like. Is it just from wear and tear during out your day, or do you really have serious, like if you can't bend down or you can't move in certain ways? She needs to know what type of injury that is so she can answer you properly. So put that in there and we'll get that answer to you. She has a client. She getting this money, so we don't have to let her go. But we will be back next Wednesday for more Juice-Ology Wednesdays. Love yourselves, guys. Exude your confidence and reinvent your life. Okay? We love y'all. We'll see y'all. Oh, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for Thursday. We got a good show tomorrow with Divine Feminine Discussion. So make sure y'all tune in. Love y'all. Peace, Juice. We out.
Bye.